sir.
How are you doing, sir?
Fantastic.
This is so good to have you here because, you know, there are few people in the world who can say that they have people like Oprah Winfrey and Beyonce as their fans.
Few?
None. Maybe you. Maybe you. Let's start with this idea. I mean, you know, people have seen your work, even if they don't know you, if they don't know your name. You do so many different things. You know, you're nominated for a Grammy for co-directing Black is King, right?
Yes, yeah.
You're also now creating the musical adaptation of The Color Purple.
Absolutely.
And all of this, and your journey begins in Ghana. I'm always fascinated as an African.
Yeah.
How does that journey begin? How does it get you to this point here?
Well, first, no African has one job. We know that. You know, you got to do them all. You got to do it all. And, you know, I've always been enamored by storytelling. That's, for me, is the beginning. I grew up with a grandmother that told stories.
Right.
They were incredible. They were always visual. I call it the HBO, Showtime, Netflix of its time. And the beauty of that was they were imaginative. So I grew understanding that stories could be nonlinear, they're powerful tools for the imagination.
Right.
And so over time, for me, that's just been it. It's just chasing this idea of storytelling, understanding that stories bring us together, understanding, especially as a continent, where stories are so few and far between and so few people know about our stories. I found that having to do it in multiple mediums allows me to tell more of the same exact story. I
love that you've done that across multiple mediums because you know you don't just direct and you don't just you know produce and create movies. You also are a rapper.
I do.
You have like 4 self-released albums, right?
I do.
And now a novel to throw into the mix.
Absolutely.
What's happening? You just winning so hard and then you get bored and move on to the next thing. Like, explain, like, not many people would think that they can write the book, and then not many people would write a book that is getting the reviews your book is getting.
Indeed. I mean, I really, look, it was COVID. It was COVID.
Okay,
it was COVID.
I'll take it. Everyone else was baking bread. You were writing a book. It's a fantastic book as well.
Thank you.
Know, and the premise, to your point of stories, is beautiful. I won't give away all of the details, but essentially it's the story of a couple in the 60s, a black couple in the 60s, living in America who escape.
Yes.
To Africa.
Yes.
And, you know, a whole journey unfolds.
Yes.
Now, what I loved is that it's set in the 60s.
Yes.
And we know the civil rights movement, and we know all the stories in and around that time. But it feels strangely like it could be set today as well.
Absolutely.
You know? Just people going like, America, I'm not sure, I need to go to Africa.
Absolutely. And it's been an ongoing thing. And for me, what it is also about expectation. You know, I have a lot of friends who say they want to go to Africa.
Yes.
And then they go, oh, this is the real Africa. and it's real. It's very real to them. And I find that ultimately, I also have friends who want to come to America.
Yes.
And you know, that you're told there are no homeless people, there are no attempted coup d'etats, you know, things like that. And then you arrive and you go, oh wait, that happens here too.
Right.
And so the expectation back and forth for me has been one of the most interesting juxtapositions of this book. And whether it's now, whether it's then, I think the story's still the same. We're all longing for a home that we hope will be better than the one we're in.
I love that. Wow, I really love that. I also enjoy how real you made the story. This is, if I'm not mistaken, this has already been bought to be turned into a series, correct?
Absolutely.
This is wild because most of the time, the book has to be out.
Yes.
And then people were like, oh, we need to make this into a movie or a TV series. And then you wrote the book, and then there was a bidding war, and people were like, we want the book, we want the book.
Yes.
How did they even know what was in the book? Did they know? Or did they just know you, and then they were like, we'll take it, Blitz?
I would love that.
Okay.
That wasn't the case.
So they read.
They had to read it.
Okay, got it.